President Trump is touting the rollback of a fair housing rule that aimed to get everyone on the same playing field. President Trump tweeting this yesterday: "I'm happy to inform all of the people living their suburban lifestyle dream that you will no longer be bothered or financially hurt by having low-income housing built in your neighborhood. Your housing prices will go up based on the market and crime will go down. I have rescinded the Obama-Biden AFFH rule. Enjoy." Joining me now is someone who worked on the Fair Housing Program during his time in the Obama administration, former Housing Secretary Julian Castro. Secretary, the timing is extraordinary. More than 30 years ago, when Ronald Reagan signed a tougher fair housing bill, he mentioned John Lewis by name as someone who fought to eliminate housing discrimination. Now here we are 30 years later, and on the day we say goodbye to John Lewis, we're taking a step backwards on this.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie, the irony couldn't be greater. The embarrassment for this administration, this White House, couldn't be greater. That all of the hard work that John Lewis and so many others in the civil rights movement did to advance equal opportunity in this country, including when it comes to housing opportunity. And this president is basically saying, no, we're going to take us backward as a country. And to put out that tweet that he put out yesterday in such stark terms to tell folks in the suburbs, look, you don't have to worry anymore about people who are lower income ruining your life in your neighborhood. That might as well be something from 50 years ago. This is the kind of bigotry that John Lewis and his colleagues were trying to fight. And it's exactly what the Fair Housing Act of 1968 was meant to combat, and affirmatively furthering fair housing, which was a rule that we implemented in 2015 in the Obama administration. It was meant to flesh out and give teeth to say, if you get federal taxpayer dollars from HUD, then you're going to have to be serious as a city, as a county, as a housing authority to make sure that no matter the color of somebody's skin or their background, that they can get equal housing opportunity in your jurisdiction. That's just fair.
But this may not be an embarrassing surprise. You saw this coming 2 years ago. You tweeted this exact thing, the danger that the president posed to fair housing in this country.
Well, look, I mean, Donald Trump, he has enjoyed success in politics, unfortunately, because he stokes fear and racial resentment. And he always needs a boogeyman, whether it's immigrants or it's China or it's lower income, especially people of color. He didn't say that in the tweet, but that's what he means. I mean, he's made references to that in different ways. He's just trying to create this boogeyman a few months ahead of his election, hoping that he can juice out just a little bit more folks who agree with him to come out in the right states and win a narrow electoral college victory. And what we have to do, and, you know, taking inspiration from what the late Congressman John Lewis put out today in the New York Times, people need to stand up and they need to fight back against it, beginning by voting in November against this kind of bigotry.
But, Secretary, does it worry you that people don't read the details and that there are quite a bit of people who would read that tweet and they would never say it out loud, but who it does speak to, who would say, well, I don't want low-income housing built in my town, and they wouldn't say it, but it actually works with? Does that worry you?
Of course it does. Look, I served on the San Antonio City Council as a councilman and then as mayor, watched many, many different zoning hearings on a weekly basis, and I saw a lot of folks who basically made the same argument that Donald Trump is making. But I fundamentally believe that we have made enough progress through the year 2020 so that more people see this for what it is, that it is bigotry. It is trying to stoke this grievance, especially among white Americans. I believe we're in a time where more people are going to reject that than accept it. But look, is it without basis? No, a lot of small town mayors, a lot of folks out there, politicians, have made their livelihood in politics by stoking exactly this kind of racial resentment. So I don't think for a minute that it's not dangerous or that it won't have some success sometimes. But I believe overall that people are bigger than this in 2020.
Well, we could hope. We certainly hope so. Before I let you go, I do want to ask you about the election, because You backed Senator Elizabeth Warren when you dropped out of the presidential race. Where do you think Senator Warren stands in the running for VP?
Well, I think she's going to be very competitive. You know, the vice president has several great individuals to choose from. Senator Warren brings a lot. I think she would be a fantastic governing partner. The vice president has also taken up several of her initiatives and her outlook, I think, about needing significant change, structural change in this country. She would add a lot of energy to the ticket. So he's going to have he would have a great choice in Senator Elizabeth Warren. He has great choices that have also been mentioned. I'm just excited to hear who's going to complete the ticket, because there's a lot of work to do between now and November 3rd. And Joe Biden can certainly, like any nominee at this point, can use a partner to get that work done.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.